But again, this is the storm that caused damage in the Paducah area, and it now is moving towards the Cave and Rock area of southern Illinois and western Kentucky. And you can see Highway 135. Yes, Brian, you got some more reports?
Was this the previous? I was just looking at NWS employee from the Weather Service reported a tornado at 9:31. Just missed the National Weather Service office. So that was that previous storm. That was a half an hour ago. So
that was and that was the radar did show the debris belt. We were we're wondering, is that what it is? Because it was so close to the radar. But yeah, we did see the debris on the ground. That's
a slow report. That's from that previous storm.
And again, the tornado warning that was moving that we were just showing going to Cave and Rock, the Weather Service is agreeing with our assessment as well. The rotation is weaker, so they've gone with a severe thunderstorm warning for Hardin County and extreme southeastern Gallatin County. And we can see how long. Here it is right here. This is that severe thunderstorm warning, and it is going to be until 10:30, as you can see here, moving off to the northeast. A little weak rotation showing up with the radar, but again, the rotation has weakened significantly compared to when this did produce a tornado in the Paducah area. So our one storm right now that we're concerned with that could possibly be producing a tornado is moving through Massac County right now. Let's stop the motion and kind of take a look at it. Again, it looks like it's struggling just a bit. It is moving right over the exact path of this storm, so this storm probably took a little bit of the energy. But again, spotters are still reporting some low-level rotation. The winds in the atmosphere are really spinning fast today, and that's why all these little tiny couplets like you see right there, it's tiny, but we've got to take those very seriously. This storm, though, is appearing to be weakening just a bit in southern Massac County and headed towards Polk County. So hopefully that trend continues and we'll be able to discontinue that tornado warning. But what I want to do is kind of get everybody caught up to date. I know a lot of folks in southern Illinois and southeast Missouri are watching us wondering, why are we on the TV? We're not having any rough weather where we are. There are tornadoes that have caused damage today in western Kentucky, and we're following those storms right now. We're going to continue to follow them throughout the day as long as there appears to be a danger to anybody that lives in our viewing area. And we've got more storms that are trying to develop in the boot heel, so we may not be done yet. Again, the atmosphere is very, very moist and humid out here. I don't know if anybody can look at a surface plot. Let me know what, like Murray is, Murray, Kentucky. See what the temperature is there and see what the dew point is. That would tell us an idea of what type of air mass is going to feed these storms right here. And with the heat of the afternoon or late morning, it's only going to get warmer here. And that's going to help. Did I hear 70?
Yeah.
Temperature 72, dew point 64.
64. So that is very moist air. That's typical of what you would find in late May and early June. And whenever we see that out ahead of a front that has this much wind energy, we get very concerned. Again, the greatest concern for tornadoes is still off to our east. I think this is going to become a very busy tornado day from Indiana down towards central Kentucky, northern and central Tennessee, and also probably northern Alabama. But we're having to deal with it right now. We've got about another 2 hours, I think, of a window of opportunity for severe weather. And we've got tornado warnings right now for Massac and southern Polk County. But if this trend continues, at least, I think that these warnings will be allowed to expire. I think they go until 10:30. I'm not sure. It's either 10:30 or 10:15 on that new tornado warning that was just issued for Massac County and Polk County. Kind of zoom in here and get an idea. I think I can bring up the warning information, let everybody know.
10:15 for the warning, the severe thunderstorm warning, 10:30.
All right, so there's our warning right here. Say 10:15 for the Massac County. So we've got about another 10 minutes with this, but I do think this storm is falling apart. So again, this warning goes until 10:15 as well. This was for this storm that is moving into Gallatin County. So there is this warning right here is for this storm, not this storm. This tornado warning has not been continued. And based on what the radar is showing, I don't know if it will be unless we get a ground truth that something is on the ground.
There's another cell that's looking a little stronger now, again in southern Mississippi County. Yeah, you can see it now.
Yeah, and this is going to be, you can see from Columbus down towards, here's East Prairie, Hickman, and Kentucky. We'll scope this. This will probably be, we may get about 15 minutes of a break here from having to cover storms, and this will probably be our next one. So here we go. All right. All right. So, okay. All right. So here we go. We've got a line of storms that we're watching closely that is redeveloping and is moving into the Columbus, Kentucky area and also to the southeast
Were you saying,
side
are we going to
of
start?
Brian, I hear you.
I was trying to listen to Brian in the control room. It sounds like we're just going to stay with this for now because it just looks so volatile. Even if the warnings do come down, we'll stay with it. All right, there you go.
All right, so we're going to back things out and get everything caught up to date. Again, this storm right here, we're not going to have, we're probably not going to have a continuation of that tornado warning as it goes into Livingston County and into Crittenden County. And we've got severe thunderstorm warnings for Hardin County and Gallatin County. But again, that was with the storm that caused the damage in Paducah. Now this is no longer showing strong signs of rotation, and this storm is not either. But we're watching new development on storms in Mississippi County and going down towards New Madrid County and Pemiscot County. So Fulton, Hickman County, Graves County, Marshall County, Callaway County, we're going to be under the gun for the next hour to hour and a half, the way it looks right now, with the possibility of some storms. Laura, Brian, you guys have any other information right now?
That storm just north of Elizabethtown is looking a little tighter. That's the Evansville. We put Paducah back on here. You can see right here, there's the Cadies Road. This is east of Carver's Ridge. Now, it's still pretty broad, but that's something we're going to have to watch just north of 146 there. Again, here's Elizabethtown, just to get your bearings. We're north and east of Elizabethtown. It's going to be pushing out of our viewing area very shortly, but it is appearing a little tighter, the rotation a little tighter than what it was just about 5 minutes ago.
Which radar are you looking at right there?
This is
Evansville?
Paducah.
Oh, that's Paducah, okay.
And if I put it, there you go for Evansville.
Yeah.
So it's showing up on both.
In this environment, we may be seeing a tornado developing there in eastern Hardin County. That was very tight from Paducah. And again, that's with the storm that did the damage. So let's zoom into that area and see what's going on with this storm. Good eyes on that. Thank you, Laura, for helping us out there. And you can see this is what she's talking about right here. This is the storm that did do the damage earlier, and we can see that here's where we're seeing the possibility of some tighter rotation. Highway 1, Hardin County. If you live in Hardin County near Highway 1, I know you are not in an official tornado warning, but I would go ahead. Now you are. Now you are. You need to be seeking shelter. This tight circulation continues to develop. There's the possible tornado. Again, this is the same storm that produced the tornado in Paducah that did damage. This is Highway 1 moving through Hardin County. Radar indicated tornado, but that is a very tight couplet right there. And in this type of environment, I'm sure that we're seeing a lot of rotation in the clouds, and we may be seeing a tornado on the ground shortly. That is a new development that Laura was tracking for us and did a great job pointing that out to us so we can get you that warning as soon as possible. Again, a radar indicated tornado, but that is, see that one little bright red couplet right there, right next to that bright green. It doesn't look like much, but that, to the weather-trained eye, that is a very tight, strong circulation that is headed towards Highway 1 right now. They're tracking this still at 60 miles per hour. This storm was being tracked at 60, so I just want to, before...
It is 65.
65. So with that rate of speed, it's going to be out of the heartland in 5 minutes. It's crossing Highway 1 right now. You need to be in your basement in Hardin County if you're near Highway 1, just to the north of Cave-In Rock. This is where this possible tornado is. We see the possibility of a tornado crossing Highway 1 as we speak. Right there, it's now crossing the area. Very tight circulation, moving towards the Ohio River as we speak. And again, this is the storm that did produce the tornado earlier in the Paducah area as we continue to track this activity closely. Now we've got this other storm here. This is the one that we were watching in Paducah that had the tornado warning. It has moved out of the warning and is moving into a tornado warning that is old for the previous storm that we just saw. But we'll still continue to watch that closely near Highway 137. Getting the idea, we've been saying the same roads over and over again because these storms are taking the same path. We have more storms that continue to develop to the south and west that we'll be concerning ourselves with. Again, Arlington will be watching this storm. Cunningham, we're watching this storm. As we take a look at the winds inside here, we're not seeing any circulations just yet. something a little suspicious is trying to get developed just to the southwest of Arlington, and it is in that updraft region of this new developing storm. So, tornado warning has just been issued for Hardin County. We'll kind of take a look at it real quick, get an idea of where it is. It's racing off to the northeast, 65 miles per hour. It's crossing Highway 1 right now in eastern Hardin County. If you live in eastern Hardin County, you need to be seeking shelter right now. You need to be in your basement if you have it. If you don't have it, you need to put as many walls between you and the outside. Shawneetown, your sirens may be going off, but the circulation looks to stay just to your south. It will clip extreme southern Gallatin County, that little point that comes down. That is where the tornado circulation will go, the extreme southern part of Gallatin County. Then it will cross into out of the KFES viewing area. So we'll be with this storm for about another 2-3 minutes based on how fast it's going. I mean, look at the forward speed that this storm is racing off to the northeast. Again, we have numerous storms that are trying to redevelop in a favorable environment as we continue to track things off to the northeast at 65 miles per hour. These storms right here, again, this warning, am I expecting this warning to be dropped here shortly, as am I expecting this one? Because these are for older storms, but we will track this storm that's moving on the north side of Paducah because of the environment that it's in. It's headed towards the metropolis area, but again, we haven't seen any indications, at least recently, of rotation with this storm, and no, we're not. So there's no rotation with this new storm. Again, the tornado warnings that you see here for Massac County and for also for McCracken County and Polk County, those storms have moved out of your area. This storm right here had the tornado warning out for this warning that you see. This is no longer showing our signs of strong rotation that we see. Still very strong gusty winds. That's going to be the big factor. We're going to see lots of strong gusty winds with this activity throughout the day as we continue to track this activity. We're not seeing any rotation with this storm either. So let's back things out and give you an idea of what's going on. A lot of people are just tuning in. We're going to be staying with this volatile situation. We've got our anchor's going to be coming out here shortly, giving us information on what happened in the Paducah area. Again, parts of Paducah did take a hit from a tornado. We did have damage. We had the National Weather Service have to take cover because that tornado went right near their office, and that is with this storm right here that is moving out of Hardin County and moving out of our viewing area. We kind of stop right here at Gallatin County, Hardin County, and Crittenden County. And once it moves out of that area, our friends and neighbors, we have a sister station in Evansville, Indiana that takes over, and we'll be tracking this all the way through the Evansville, Indiana area, and unfortunately that is headed that way. These warnings will likely be dropped at some point at 10:15, which is about another 2 minutes. They'll be gone, and then we'll be kind of watching for the new redevelopment of any storms that are going on across the area. Now, Brian, Director, I'm going to be talking to my Director real quick. I would like to know the plan because we are right now we are about to be out of danger for a little while, and we would like in the Weather Center to be able to kind of catch our breath and get an idea of what's going to be happening before the next round hits. So we've got storms that are developing right here, but so far these are sub-severe. So these are what we're watching very closely as we head over the next couple of hours or so. But right now these are not showing any signs of being severe. We've got flash flooding concerns in Graves County, flash flooding concerns with Graves County, especially with new storms that will develop. The storms with the tornado warnings here that will go out until 10:15, these will likely be dropped here in just a second. And this severe thunderstorm warning that prompted this tornado warning for Hardin County, that tornado has moved out of the area, as you can see, headed towards Highway 60 right now, but that is to our east. Here's where that possible tornado is. Again, here's Shawneetown. Like I said, it's going to stay just to your south. It clipped the far southern parts of Gallatin County. It has moved out of Hardin County. So right now, the tornado threat for our area, for our viewing area, and the severe weather threat is lowering right this moment. But it's not over. We're going to see more thunderstorms develop as we are seeing right now, kind of moving over the same areas time and time again, as we see right now in Carlisle County and Ballard County, storms developing as well. We've got this storm's going to go right into the Paducah area if it continues to